I can't believe I'm doing a haul video. Hello everyone, Larissa here, and this video comes to you via Of Houses and Trees, where I blog about sustainable design, sustainable living, sustainable eating, sustainable everything. If that's something that interests you, then follow the link down in the description below, or else you could also subscribe here on this channel if you like sustainability and creativity. So over on Of Houses and Trees, I recently posted 5 reasons why you should buy secondhand instead of new. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that in this video as well. And then I also wanted to show you some things that I got at a thrift store over the last month or so, because it just illustrates the awesome stuff that you can find when you're secondhand shopping. Like seriously, I am obsessed. It's a thrift haul video. I never thought that I would be doing a haul video. I'm just calling it that because that's kind of something that people out there watching videos recognize the term. But really, it's just me showing you some stuff that I like. That's it. Before we get into the stuff, let's talk about the 5 reasons. So of course, the first reason is because it's environmentally friendly. Buying new stuff not only means that you are bringing new stuff into the world, requesting that companies are making new things, it also comes with all of the resources and packaging and waste that comes with that. And it's not only about on the production end. Of course, when we bring new things into our home, are we gonna keep them forever? Are they gonna last forever? Probably not. So then we have to think about, where are they going to? If we are getting into more of this cycle of buying things that are used and secondhand, thrifted things, it just makes buying more circular, where you're buying something used that you are then donating, that then someone else is buying, and we go around and around like that instead of always bringing in new products. And just to give you an example of how much resources it takes to make items, one example would be a cotton t-shirt. I think everybody probably has a few cotton t-shirts. To make one cotton t-shirt, it takes the same amount of drinking water that a single person would drink for 2.5 years. To make one. The honest truth is that our resources are depleting, the population is growing, we're gonna run into a huge problem if we don't start thinking about these things. And speaking of thinking about things, reason number 2 is that buying secondhand makes you think before you buy. It makes you think, do I really need this? Do I not need it, but maybe I want it? Where did it come from? Where is it going when I'm done with it? What was it made out of? What's its life cycle going to be? It just makes you have all of these questions in your mind. And I know some people, when they want to go buy something, you know, shopping is like, it's not a necessity, it's a pastime. But guess what I'm going to say? That needs to change. It kind of sucks in a way, I know, because we want to not have to think about things. We want to just be able to mindlessly go about and just enjoy our lives and not have to think all these little nitty-gritty things through. But we cannot do that any longer. It's not working. It's not working for the planet. It's not working for anything, honestly. We have to make a change, and that change comes with thinking a lot about a lot of different things. I believe in the power of the human mind and our creativity and our innovation. I think we can do this. I think we can make a change. So start thinking. Reason number 3 is that buying secondhand makes a statement. And I don't mean a fashion statement, although it certainly can do that as well. What I mean by a statement is that the actual act of buying secondhand is saying, this is what we want as consumers. We want secondhand. We don't want new things. We are telling them through our purchases, this is the way that we want to live from now on. And not only does it make a statement in that way, it makes a statement in that I find if I buy something secondhand, say I'm wearing it or say it's an item in my home, and somebody says, hey, cool dress, hey, cool pillow, where did you get it from? Then I can say, oh, it's secondhand. And you don't even have to necessarily launch into a rant about how I'm only going to buy things secondhand, and if you buy things new, you're kicking the earth in the face. No, of course not. Sometimes all I say is, I got it secondhand, and that is enough. Reason number 4. Of course, it saves you money. This is why I think most people shop secondhand and thrift. I mean, here where we live in Canada, we've got Kijiji, which is an online buy and sell website, and it is huge. Like almost everybody that I know uses Kijiji, whether they're people who consider themselves secondhand shoppers or thrift shoppers or not. Especially people are always selling things on Kijiji. Like if you have something and you don't want it anymore, you'll put it up there and you'll sell it. I have bought and sold tons of stuff off Kijiji. The rocking chair that was my rocking chair for my first daughter and is now the rocking chair for my second daughter, that we got off Kijiji. Lots of other stuff when we were having kids. I find baby stuff is a really great thing to get off of Kijiji. And then of course you've got your local secondhand shops and your thrift shops. You've got websites like ThredUp, which I will put a link to below because they are awesome for secondhand clothing. Oh my goodness. Secondhand shopping saves you money. And that's why a lot of people do it. But there are all these other bonuses too. And if we start thinking about those bonuses, it just makes us want to do it more. And my last reason number 5, is that secondhand shopping is fun. It is fun. I find it really fun. Like, I get such a thrill when I walk through my local thrift shop, walking through the doors, and I'm just like, what am I gonna find today? The thing about secondhand shopping is that you never know. You never know. Maybe they'll have what you were looking for, but it's not in the right size. So then you're like, oh, what about this item instead? Maybe you'll be looking for something and you walk past something else and you're like, oh my God, that would be perfect for this. I just find thrifting is so much more exciting than shopping for new items. It really makes you use your imagination and it really makes you be creative. Again, going back to that we're creative, we're innovative, we want to use our brains. It's just that the way that our society has changed throughout the years, it's kind of swept those things to the side and it's turned us into these mindless consumers. And I don't think that that's what we want to be. Start shopping secondhand because it's really fun. Okay, now on to the haul part of the video. So I was just talking about walking by something in a secondhand store and being like, oh, that could work for this. So I was shopping about 2-3 weeks ago, and our youngest daughter is moving into a big girl bed. She's actually gonna move into the lower bunk bed that my older daughter sleeps on. And she just has like a little kind of fuzzy baby blanket, which she adores, and of course she's still gonna keep. But I knew that she was gonna need like a comforter for her bed, like something bigger. And my older daughter has a yellow and gray sort of floral pattern because her room is this sort of like happy yellow gray sort of kids room, which I actually posted about that on my blog as well. So I will link to that below. So I wanted something that wasn't exactly the same, but that would match. So then I walked by this. Like, how perfect is this? It matches my other daughter's blanket so well. It was $6.99, which I actually got 30% off. So everything that I'm gonna be showing you, I'll tell you the price that it says on the sticker or on the tag, but I actually got everything 30% off. And then on the exact same shopping trip, immediately following finding that comforter, I found this. So I'm thinking that maybe the person who donated the comforter also donated this because this goes so well with that comforter. It's yellow and it's gray, it's got birds on it. So I got this to go on her bed as well, kind of as like a decorative pillow. And this was $3.99. Then on a separate shopping trip, I found a pillowcase for, again, my younger daughter's bed. And so this is kind of like a gray, sort of white and gray swirly pillowcase, which again, I thought just would go so cute with the yellow and gray motif. And I really like mixing patterns, especially in kids' room because they're so fun. But I actually like mixing patterns everywhere. So this was $1.49, but again, minus 30% off. And then I got her just a gray fitted sheet, a twin size sheet to again go with her bed. So that was $4.49. So I was at the secondhand store and I saw this. I was kind of worried when I saw it. I was like, is this really gonna work? So I asked the lady at the store if they test things out before they put them on the shelves, and she said yes. And she also said that if I took it home and it wasn't working, that I could bring it back. And I took it home and I used it and it worked beautifully. Could cook a whole bunch of chickpeas and lentils at once. It was a beautiful time. It probably was somewhere between $5 and $10. That's pretty big, but somewhere in that range. Definitely wasn't more than like 10 bucks. Okay, another kitchen item that I bought on that same trip. Our cookie sheets are like really sad because we don't use parchment paper. Everything that we cook like sticks to them, and then over time it's really hard to get off. I really need to get some of that like silicone reusable baking sheets, I guess. You put them on top of your cooking sheets and then you can wash those off and reuse them. I know they have them at Amazon, and those are the ones I'm actually going to buy pretty soon, so maybe I'll do a video after I get those. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to show you are these glass jars that I got. I had gone to the thrift store the day that I got all the other stuff, to get glass jars because we buy a whole bunch of our stuff in bulk. Like again, like the aforementioned chickpeas, lentils, rice, pasta, all our spices, everything. So I needed some more glass jars for that. So I got 6. I got 6 glass jars that day. This one here is kind of like more of a vintagey looking one. I got it for $4.99. 30% off. So that one was a little bit more expensive because it was more of like a vintage style. These ones here are bigger, but they were only $2.99 each. And then I got 3 of these smaller ones that matched the bigger ones that I just showed you, and they were also $2.99, which they really should have been cheaper because they're like half the size, but whatever, $2.99 for some glass jars. That's fine with me. So that's it. That's everything that I got for my thrift haul. The last video that I shot, I read a quote from a book at the end about the environment and about sustainability. So I thought that maybe I would do that for the rest of my videos from now on. So the last thing I want to do is read to you from the Lorax. If you haven't read the Lorax, which I had not until I had kids, go and read it. So I'm just going to read you the very end of the book. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat here and worried away. Through the years while my buildings have fallen apart, I worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says the Wetzler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Thanks for watching. See you next time. What did I post about? I don't remember. If I could find a price tag. I think I was looking for pillowcases. It's got like the separate doohickey in it. That's what it's called, a doohickey? Sure. I feel like there's a bug on my head.